Welcome back to another episode of Duel Links Degenerates. In this series, we talk about the dumbest decks in the history of Duel Links, how they worked, and where they are now. Let's get started. Today we're gonna do Amano Stun. So, when I decided to do this episode, it was based on the poll. However, when I checked the poll today, turns out people being able to vote means results can change. Unfortunately for you guys, I was 80% of the way done with this episode, and my day job has been havoc this week, so I don't have enough time to do a second episode. So we're just gonna kindly ignore democracy for this week and pick it up again next week. Now back to the rock. Amano Stun was a very powerful control deck that has seen play a couple times since its debut in 2019. The entire deck is based around one card, called Amano Iwato, or, if you like Japanese folklore, Amaterasu's hidey hole.
Get out, you! Get out of there! No!
Amano Iwato has the very powerful effect of turning off all monster effect activations everywhere that aren't spirit monsters, which is great! Unfortunately, because of this little keyword here, Amano Iwato has to deal with the genetic predisposition of all spirit monsters, which is that it returns itself to your hand at the end of the turn it was summoned. So in all formats, any control deck that wants to abuse this card's effect has one single goal in mind. Keep Amano on the field! If you can get it to persist to the next turn, its hand return effect will stop activating, and just like that, no more Yu-Gi-Oh! For anyone anymore. There's a couple of cards that can do this, such as World Legacy Clash, which can be chained to the effect so it gets skipped. But because this is Duel Links, there's an even dumber way to do it. In June 2018, the skill Duel, Standby was nerfed to not allow any effects to go off on your first turn. This was supposed to stop all the stupid FTK strategies that we had going on at the time, which it did, but unbeknownst to Konami, it also turned off negative card effects, including this one. So now, instead of needing to circumvent the hand return effect with another card, it just didn't go off on your first turn anymore. Playing Amano on your first turn was just a free floodgate that persisted for the rest of the duel until your opponent got rid of it. And then, to make the game even more unplayable for your opponent, you would just fill the other 17 cards of your deck with ways to negate spell and trap cards, ways to stop your opponent from beating over Amano, and ways to Unga Bunga beat down your opponent. The goal was to just stop them from playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And then just attack them till they died. There was pretty much only one nerf to this deck. While some other things like World Legacy Clash 2 happened, that didn't really do too much to Amano Stun. What really did it in was in December 2019, they updated Duel, Standby to also no longer allow normal summons your first turn. This instantly killed the deck since it got rid of the only consistent way to get a persistent Amano on the field. But then, come September 2021, we would get the Arc 5 world, and with it would come the skill Smile world. And well, what do you know? No activating Amano Iwato. This skill would be debatably better for this strategy than Duel, Standby, because though you would give up the extra card, now you could not only choose which turn you wanted to turn off all your effects, but also when in that turn. This spun off a new version of the deck that's still playable to this very day, though only by the coolest of players. This deck incorporates the Jurassic Park escapees, Toys R Us merchandise, Block Dragon things, and of course, Rocco the Rock. By abusing one of the most oppressive cards at the time, if you told this deck, I want to play Yu-Gi-Oh!, the only answer you would get is, no. Thank you folks for watching, and if you have any other degenerate decks you'd like me to cover, please leave them in the comments below.